everyone, it's me, CNP. And today we're back with another ASMR video. It is Thursday. There is Thursday night football on tonight. The Jets and the Broncos, I believe, play tonight, which, to be quite honest, does not sound like the most exciting game, but in the spirit of it being Thursday and there being some Thursday night football, I figured, why not do a football-related video tonight? So, non-ASMR, this is going to be something that, not ASMR, non-gaming video, lots of ASMR in this video, but we will be doing some DFS, which I have done a live stream in the past where we made a DFS NBA lineup, but I've never done it for a video, and I've definitely never done it for football. So something that I've been doing the last couple of weeks is making like 10 to 15 different lineups, tournament lineups, trying to win the $1 million first place prize, and I figured we would make a lineup together. Me, CNP, and you guys, the collection, would make a lineup together, kind of go through my process on why I pick the players that I pick, and then I will share with you guys the lineup and maybe even look at some of the lineups that I've already made. So hopefully you're a fan of sports, a fan of football. If you are a fan of gaming, ASMR, and ASMR gaming, I highly recommend you hit that subscribe button down below. Also, I have all different kinds of socials in the description box. That includes Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and TikTok. So definitely check those things out. But that's enough rambling. Let's get into this video. Alright guys, so at a first glance, this can be kind of intimidating. Just the way that it's, I never get on FanDuel's website. I always do my FanDuel lineups from my phone, but I have yet to figure out a way to get screen recordings to you guys. I think there's some software apps that you can use if there are any content creators out there that post videos of their screen capture on their phones, and they have a really good way of doing that. Please let me know in the comment section down below, because I would definitely be interested in potentially doing that for my stock videos as well as any future daily fantasy sports videos. But let's go ahead and take a look here at my lineups that I have so far. So this first lineup, well, before I get started, I should kind of explain my thought process and kind of strategy when making these lineups. I usually try and target 3 or 4, high scoring games or projected high scoring games, which this week there were 3 games that were head and shoulders above the rest as far as total goes, team totals goes. It was the Cowboys versus the Browns, the Seahawks versus the Dolphins, and the Saints versus the Lions. Those 3 games had game totals as like 54, 55, and 56 points. So those higher game totals are the games that you want to target, because obviously they're prone to have higher fantasy production. So as you can see, this first lineup, which I will go ahead and load into here like so, we have Russell Wilson, Alvin Kamara, Kenyon Drake, Tyler Lockett, CeeDee Lamb, DK Metcalf, TJ Hawkinson, Emmanuel Sanders and the Seattle Seahawks defense. So this lineup exclusively picked from those 3 games. I went with a more Seattle, Russell Wilson throwing for, 400 yards and 4 touchdowns in this lineup. If he throws a pair of touchdowns to Tyler Lockett, who, by the way, I have in season long, which you guys already saw, but he had 32.5 FanDuel points last week. That is absolutely insane. Definitely looking for him to do something similar this week. Again, that was versus Dallas, which Dallas is playing the Browns, so definitely looking to get some Cleveland receivers in some sort of lineup, which we will get to. We will definitely get to. Wait, I take that back. I did say I misspoke. I said that this was exclusively picked from those 3 games. Kenyon Drake is one of the players that I did not get from those 3 high total games. Kenyon Drake is an Alabama alumni. He is definitely a solid price, especially against the Panthers. I would expect Arizona to go up pretty early, and thus making Kenyon Drake a little bit more of a, giving him a bigger role on Sunday. Maybe 20 rushing attempts. Let's see if he's gotten 20 rushing attempts so far this year. Yes, he did against the Redskins, which I'm guessing they were probably ahead in that game pretty early. So San Francisco, that went down to the wire. I believe they actually upset San Francisco. And then Detroit, I can't remember who won that game, but I'm betting that game was rather competitive as well. Could be wrong, but Kenyon Drake, definitely like that price. And then we have the CeeDee Lamb, who is very cheap still. Despite his 7 targets, 9 targets, 6 targets, almost 10 points. He's averaging over 10 points per game, which for 5,600 I am totally cool with. Plus, he hasn't scored a touchdown yet. So these point productions are even without any touchdowns. So if he can score that touchdown, this 14.5 point game suddenly becomes a 20.5 point game. And of course that was against Atlanta. SMH, we're not going to talk about that. I've grown kind of tired of the comments about the Falcons lately. We have DK Metcalf, who pulled an oopsie. He got a little bit too flashy in the game last week and kind of pulled up before getting to the goal line and got a touchdown. Just absolutely robbed from him because the defender was behind him and kind of punched the ball loose. So rip to a 2-touchdown game from him. I had him in a lot of lineups last week. Look at that. He's under 7,000 and hasn't gotten less than 17 points. Again, back in a high over-under game. Chris Carson, their running back, is hurt. Let me actually take a look and see if there was an update on Carson. Limited participant Wednesday, so that was yesterday. I wonder what they did today. So I would probably guess that Seattle would go up early, but I mean they could easily score 4 touchdowns in the first half. They're not going to just start running the ball, in the first half, trying to run the clock out in the first half. They're going to be laying it on. They could put up 35 on Miami in the first half, honestly. 5 touchdowns. Russell Wilson could have 5 touchdowns a half. Hopefully some of them to Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. If that happened, we'd be sitting real pretty. Next we have TJ Hawkinson, who I don't really know much about, to be honest. And I hope you guys cannot hear that outside. I don't know what is going on outside. But, so TJ Hawkinson, 7 targets, 4 targets, 5 targets. Tight tight ends are not really my cup of tea. I never know who to go with at tight end, so hopefully TJ Hawkinson with this solid matchup against the Saints. Apparently they are not very good against tight ends. I will take it, especially in that high over-under game. Also, he's at home. And then opposite of that, we have a kind of a little game stack here. Like I said, Alvin Kamara, Emmanuel Sanders alongside Alvin Kamara. 5 targets, 3 targets, 5 targets. He's really, really cheap. Scored 2 touchdowns so far in 3 games. So chances are he might score another one against Detroit. Plus, for that price, I will take it. And then we have the Seahawks defense, which you will see a lot of in my lineups because I do not respect Miami at all. They have the 26th ranked offense, so I definitely see that's kind of why I went with this Seahawks stack. Is this game is such a high total, even with Seattle's or Miami's offense being as bad as it is. I feel like Seattle's gonna blow Miami out in this game. So this is definitely our first lineup. Definitely a very solid lineup, if you ask me. But let's go ahead and go back and take a look at lineup number 2, which you will see a lot of the same players, the same strategy kind of here. We have Dak Prescott against the Cleveland Browns. We have Ezekiel Elliott and Michael Gallup. All of the Dallas Cowboys going up against the Cleveland Browns. So, again, Dak Prescott, if he throws a couple of TDs to Michael Gallup and maybe rushes in a couple, maybe even throws one to Zeke on maybe a screen, a bubble screen, all of a sudden this lineup is looking really, really good just off of those points alone. Then we have James Robinson, who, truth be told, I don't know much about, but look at these numbers. I mean, come on. He's clearly got a big role in Jacksonville, and those Cincinnati Bengals are very bad against the run. Next up, we have Tyreek Hill, who, the man can move. He's like the fastest player in the NFL, I feel like. It's against the Patriots, but I don't know. I have some sort of feeling that Tyreek Hill is going to go off against the Patriots. He's just going to fly past everybody. And I don't know. It's just kind of a gut feeling here on Tyreek Hill. And then Michael Gallup, we already talked about him. We'll take a look at his kind of production. He didn't really do much over the first 2 weeks, but clearly something clicked last week against Seattle, and hopefully it will click again against the Browns. We also have Odell Beckham. Speaking of the Browns, we have Odell Beckham, who only has 1 touchdown this year. He really has not done much for Cleveland since arriving in Cleveland, but look at that price. I mean, $6,600 for Odell Beckham Jr., and I'm just now realizing that you probably can't see some of the prices when I need to be sure that you guys can see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. But Odell Beckham for that price seems like a no-brainer. Again, he is questionable. Did he practice today? Was limited by back issue Thursday. He might not play. If he doesn't, we'll easily swap him out. Sticking with this Jacksonville and Cincinnati game, I do respect Cincinnati's offense, but their defense, however, is questionable. Excuse me. Tyler Eifert for $4,800. He was kind of a beast also. Tyler Eifert. I just put this together. This is kind of a revenge style narrative. He used to be a Bengal. And wow, I actually really like that pick now. to stay cheaper with my tight ends, but I definitely really like that pick now. I like it. I like it a lot more. And then DK Metcalf, who we've talked about, and Seattle Seahawks defense. So that is that second lineup. Third lineup, we have, again, similar style, similar picks here. We got Baker Mayfield. We got a Browns stack. So, God forbid, the Browns come out and just absolutely hang with the Cowboys, which very well could maybe happen. You're kind of taking a gamble. That's the whole point of this, is gambling. But Baker Mayfield, Odell Beckham Jr., and Jarvis Landry. So again, Baker Mayfield, if he's throwing touchdowns to those two, we're sitting pretty. Baker Mayfield could have a 4-touchdown day. 2 to Jarvis, 2 to Odell Beckham. Boom, right off the bat, this lineup has got some potential. We have Alvin Kamara, who we've already talked about. I swear I should probably have him in all of my lineups. Look at this. This is absurd. And for him to only be 8,800, that doesn't make any sense to me. He's averaging 31. I mean, he should be like 10,000. He should be like Christian McCaffrey level of. This doesn't make sense. Something's fit. He's gonna be like so high owned in all formats. Dalvin Cook, who has kind of been beasting it up for the Vikings, even though they have not been beasting it up as a team. But look at that, Houston Texans 32nd rush ranking. The field seems to be missing something here. I don't know what that means. Then we have Mike Evans, who should see a uptick in production, seeing as his counterpart in Chris Godwin is hurt. Also, is Michael Thomas going to be out? Practice it at a limited capacity Thursday. Okay, so potentially Michael Thomas could be out. Would add even more to Kamara and to who was it? The other receiver for the Saints, Emmanuel Sanders. There we go. We have Jarvis Landry again, who has not even scored a touchdown yet. So kind of banking on him to have a breakout game. That's kind of what you have to do with these value picks. He's definitely in a good spot. We got Logan Thomas. For whatever reason, Dwayne Haskins absolutely loves his tight end, and look at this, 9th, 7th, and 5th ranked defenses. All of a sudden now they're going to go up against the Ravens defense, 19th ranked defense. That doesn't sound right. Ravens usually have a pretty solid defense, but maybe they're, well, I mean, to be fair, the Ravens played the Chiefs last week, and who else have they played? I just want to take a look real fast. Yeah, I mean, the Ravens are the top ranked defense this week. They've played Houston and Cleveland. They had 15 and 15 against them. Yeah, maybe maybe Logan Thomas isn't the best play there. That's pretty crazy that they score so many points, even though they're kind of a lower ranked pass defense. That's really strange. But who else could we even get instead of Logan Thomas? I mean, the guy's name is Logan though, so he's obviously got something going for him. Jordan Atkins. Ooh, this could be potentially a good pick. 2 of 3 targets on 28. Darren Fells was his big name. Was the big name among Houston tight ends. Maybe we go with Jordan Atkins, or maybe potentially O.J. Howard with Chris Godwin being down. Maybe that opens up something for O.J. Howard. Could go Tyler Eifert again. I don't know. See, this is where things get a little sketchy. of those 3-game stacks that I was talking about. Although you will see some familiar faces in just about all of my lineups. But this is a Patrick Mahomes, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Tyreek Hill stack against the Patriots. Some people will probably be a little bit afraid to go against the Patriots defense, who is always pretty solid, but not me. I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to take the Chiefs, and stack them up against New England, try and get a lower percentage owned Patrick Mahomes, a lower percentage owned Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and hopefully a lower percentage owned Tyreek Hill. On top of that, we got Kenyon Drake again. We have Gallup and Lockett again. And then we have Austin Hooper, who, the former Atlanta Falcon, has done absolutely nothing with the Browns. And I mean nothing, like 4 targets. He's got 10 targets across 3 games. Really just kind of hoping for a breakout game here. He's in a solid spot, tight end, 5,100. I'll take it. In a high over-under game, I will absolutely take it. Then we have Darrell Henderson Jr., who has been the workhorse for Los Angeles with the injuries that have taken place. I think he's, for some reason, I don't know who is in front of him. Darrell Henderson will start week 4 against the New York Giants. I mean, guys, it's the Giants. Not much to say there. 20th ranked rushing defense. I'll take that anytime. Especially with the Rams. They might go up early. And then, again, in the Seahawks defense, I think the lineup that we make together, I might use a different defense just because if Seahawks somehow don't do well, I don't want to get screwed. And then last lineup here is a Arizona Cardinals stack against the Carolina Panthers, who are so booty. I don't know how they beat the Chargers last week, but they did. Arizona, Kyler Murray, look at this man. Look what he's done so far for them. Oh man, that is juicy. He's kind of doing the Lamar Jackson kind of deal. 13 rushes, 8 rushes, 5 rushes. They need to rush him more. Honestly, look at that, 91 yards, 1 rushing touchdown off of 13 attempts. That's crazy. And then we have Kenyon Drake again. We have David Johnson, who does not play for the Cardinals anymore, but obviously used to be a Cardinal against the Vikings. So Vikings are really bad. For whatever reason, I don't know why, but they're... Kirk Cousins, as much as I like the guy, he has been pretty terrible through the first couple weeks. But we got DeAndre Hopkins, who might actually not be available this weekend. He didn't practice Thursday, but to be fair, it is DeAndre Hopkins. He doesn't really have to practice. The man is a freak. He's probably the best wide receiver in the NFL right now. Unfortunately, I've been saying for years that it's Julio Jones, and I think, as much as I don't want to face facts, I don't think Julio Jones is the Julio Jones he used to be, and that really saddens me to say, but DeAndre Hopkins is got to be number 1 in my opinion, in my book. You know, Michael Thomas could be another argument, but we got Mike Evans again. Tampa Bay gonna have a usage boost with Godwin out, Jarvis Landry, Greg Olsen. Oh man, Greg Olsen. He either, you know, scores or has a bunch of catches for a bunch of yards or does nothing. Which I'm kind of hoping it's not nothing, especially against that Miami Dolphins defense. So that gives us what? Greg Olsen, Metcalf, and Lockett, and Russell Wilson. So pretty much any way they score besides rushing. I don't know what their running back situation is going to be like. I have a lot lot of Seahawks as well as a lot of Cowboys. This is the first time we have Amari Cooper in a lineup. So that gives us Dak Prescott, Zeke Elliott, Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, and Gallup. All 5 of those players are in one of my 5 lineups. So if any of them score, I'm getting points towards one or more of my lineups. And then, of course, anything the Seattle Seahawks do on defense, I'm going to be absolutely loving that. But let's go ahead and can I do enter more contests this way? And then, yes, $4, enter this. Oh. No, I don't want to. I don't. Uh-oh. What have I done? What have I done? Okay, let's just refresh. Like I said, I don't go here. Alright, edit lineup. I think if I just like can I just plug in like random people here? Like let's go Derek Carr and then like Zeke Elliott, I guess. And then we'll just like save. No, I don't want to wait. I don't want to clear all. Crap. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh. Clear all. No. Let's just go back here. So, I'll fix that after this. But, let's just do upcoming entries. Let's just go to the lobby. We'll go to the lobby and we'll go down here to, wait, $9. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is just the Thursday million. Let's go NFL. We'll go with, alright guys, sorry about that. Technical difficulties are over. Let's go ahead and get into this lineup build together, shall we? So, with the strategy that I mentioned earlier, I do like to stack, you know, a quarterback with a receiver, potentially even 2 receivers, or a receiver and a running back, and then even bring it back with a player from the opposing team. So Josh Allen has been absolutely lethal through 3 weeks. Look at these numbers. This man is, in my opinion, the favorite for MVP, just off the first 3 weeks. Defensive ranking for the Raiders, 27th. Let's do a Josh Allen stack. So, with Josh Allen, you gotta go get one of his receivers, and the receiver that I specifically am a fan of, he's on my season-long fantasy, is Stephon Diggs. And look at what he has done through 3 weeks. Touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. He only had 4 catches for 49 yards. Even, I'm pretty sure, yeah, in that was against the Rams. That was when Josh Allen was like throwing it, airing it out. 33 pass attempts, 311 yards, 4 touchdowns. Yeah, I like this. That was against the Rams too. Now he's got the Raiders. Let's get Stephon Diggs and then John Brown. Let's see, listed as a limited practice participant Thursday. So he left the game. Unfortunately, I had him last week in a John Brown, Stephon Diggs, and Josh Allen stack, and he unfortunately left the game. We could plug him in here, or we could go down here and get Cole Beasley. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, 5,100. Yep. Say less. Hopefully, well, I hate to wish bad upon a player, but if John Brown is in fact out this week, then that Cole Beasley play is elite. You also got Tyler Croft at tight end, which, you know, through 1 game, he had 5 catches, or 5 targets, 4 catches, 2 touchdowns. I don't usually like going with players that are like touchdown dependent, if that makes sense. So if you take away, I mean, ready to go, Croft. If you take away his 2 touchdowns, he ends up with, what, a 4.4 game. I mean, that's meh. That's just meh. But Darren Waller is an absolute beast at tight end. Not really all that good of a game last game. Also, this is worth noting, 1.9 points against the Patriots. Who are the Patriots playing? Again, they're playing the Chiefs. And who did we not get? We did not get Travis Kelce. So they were able to limit Darren Waller, who has been great. 16 targets in week 2. Oh my goodness. That is insane for a tight end. Darren Waller's been great in the NFL over the last 2 years, especially for the Raiders. So for him to get limited to only 2 catches for 9 yards, yeah, we're gonna stay away from Travis Kelce, but I like this. Let's go with a running back. We could go Josh Jacobs on the other end. Henry Ruggs, they really don't have any, they don't really have any receivers. They got Hunter Renfrow from Clemson, 9 targets. Look at that. Look at that pass ranking. Okay, maybe we do go Hunter Renfrow as kind of an opposite play of this stack, and then we can go running back and get off of this game. Let's go Seattle. Hopefully one of these 2 play. Honestly, hopefully Carlos Hyde plays. Carlos Hyde was a beast, an absolute beast. Was limited practice participant. We don't have a Seahawks running back yet. Let's go ahead and just plug in. Let's assume that Chris Carson's going to play. Let's plug him in. We'll take Chris Carson. We kind of spent down here at receiver. Let's go ahead and look at everybody again. And we don't have a Chubb lineup yet, which, he is in this high over-under game as well. If Cleveland does in fact keep it close. Look at those. Oh man, that is crazy. Rush rank 23rd rush rank. I mean, we got a potential for one of these, a 25-point game out of Chubb. Let's do it. Let's plug Chubb in. And then at the, how much money we have left? You can't see that, but it's $5,300 or $5,933 per position. Let's go ahead and select our defense. And here I kind of want to go with the Los Angeles Rams because the Giants, man, they are in shambles without Saquon Barkley. Absolute shambles. The Rams have gone from playing Buffalo, Philadelphia, who are just meh. They're pretty bad this year. They had 7 points against Philadelphia, and Dallas, who was the first-ranked offense, held them. I mean, they still had 4 points. So to go from these 3 teams, even Philadelphia has got a somewhat, I mean, they've got weapons. I like them against the Giants for sure. What other options could we go with, though? The Ravens have been crazy scoring, high scoring. The Colts have been really good too, but Nick Foles, man, that man is dangerous. That man is dangerous. Could go with Seahawks against Miami. To me, that's like the no-brainer, but we've already got 5 lineups with the Seahawks defense. Could go all the way down to like a Cincinnati, get against Jacksonville, or even like an Arizona Cardinals. Let's see what they've done through 3 weeks. 6, 9, and 4. 16th ranked offense. Yeah, they don't have any receptions. They've got 2 fumble recoveries. They only have 2 takeaways in 3 weeks. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about that at all. Let's go down. Could go with the Cowboys, assuming they just kind of handle the Browns, which would kind of go against what we've got. Wait, no, we have Chubb in this lineup. We can't do that. Yeah, let's just go with the Rams. We gotta have a Rams lineup, and then we'll go back to all. Let's go to our flex. Actually, no, let's get our tight end here. You know what? We could do Darren Waller as our opposite play. Huh. Buffalo Bills. Yeah, you know, he's off of a 2-target or 2-catch game. While Waller was able to suit up, he seemed operating at far less than 100% after catching 18 balls over Las Vegas. 2 first game. You know what? We're going Darren Waller. We gotta go Darren Waller. We're gonna take Hunter Renfrow off. We're not gonna go Hunter Renfrow. We don't want to stack this game too much. So Darren Waller will be our kind of our oppo play. And then we have how much left? 5,800 left for 2 positions. So let's go down to let's see here, 5,800 and below. We could get CD Lamb again. We could get Anthony Miller was one of Nick Foles' favorite targets. I feel like he didn't even have a target, and then as soon as Nick Foles came in, he started throwing the ball to Anthony Miller a good bit. Could go Christian Kirk. He's questionable with a groin injury. Practiced. I mean, do we have a Cardinal? We could go Christian Kirk here. That would be pretty cool. Golden Tate. Can't go Golden Tate against the Rams. That kind of goes against our. Brandon Cooks is 5,300. What has he done? 5 targets, 8 targets, 5 targets. Not really all that much. But I mean, look at this. Look at this. 5,300 against the 30th ranked pass defense. Maybe we go Brandon Cooks here. Who's their best receiver? What? Oh, I was like, wait, what? Ooh, Will Fuller with a hamstring, a bad hammy. Let's see, limited participant. Got Randall Cobb, and we got Brandon Cooks, and we got Kenny Stills. What the heck? Could go Randall Cobb, too. He scored a touchdown, 4 catches, 95 yards against Minnesota. I really like Randall Cobb as a player. Let's go Randall Cobb. Or Brandon Cooks. You could go either one of those. And then as a flex, got 6,200. Oh, man. Oh, wait. No, we're still on just that game. I was about to say that's not a lot of players to select from. Got Robbie Anderson. No. We could go John Brown. No. That would be 3 receivers. Let's not do that. Marvin Jones Jr. would be an interesting play. How many catches or how many targets? He only had 3 targets last week. That was with Kenny Golladay back. So maybe they look his way a little bit more this time around. Tyler Boyd, Singletary, Kareem Hunt, Gallup. Yeah, you know what? Let's plug Marvin Jones Jr. in here. This is a very risky lineup. Very, very risky. And you know what? Let's take that out. Let's go with the Ravens. Let's go with the Ravens. They've been making plays. Look at this. They've been making plays. 15, 15, 7. They got how many takeaways? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 takeaways. John Brown plays and Randall Cobb as well isn't really as good of a play if Will Fuller plays. So definitely a lot of contingencies in this lineup, but if those two players are out, if Chris Carson plays, and then John Brown is out, and Will Fuller is out, then this is a great lineup. But that's definitely a lot of contingencies. A lot of contingencies, but we'll go ahead and enter it, and worst comes to worst, I'll just change it up before Sunday, because you can change these at any time. So there you have it. There is the CNB lineup of the week. Maybe I start doing a lineup of the week. Maybe this could be like a Saturday thing that I do. Granted, you're going to be seeing it on Thursday, but you know, if this is something you guys enjoy, let me know in the comment section down below. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. So, if you're watching this during the day, then have a relaxing rest of the day. And if you're watching this at night, then have a great night sleep. And good night.